What is up, everybody? It's your boy DFSUpNorth here with another Sunday Night Showdown breakdown. Talking about DraftKings, FanDuel. We've got a good one on tap tonight. We got the Pats and the Ravens. Should be a ton of fun. I got my glasses on today. It's like early Sunday morning, just a lazy, colder than heck Sunday here in Minnesota. And we're going to get to it here. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about this game, about the future MVP Drake May, and maybe the end of the Ravens dynasty here with a loss. Like, they're done if they lose here. What's going to happen with the Ravens going forward? So we got a 48-point game total. The Ravens are actually 3-point favorites here. They are at home, but I think the Patriots romp. I'm very excited to watch the Pats in this game. This would be another signature win, another feather in Drake May's cap. So we don't really have any big injury news that we're waiting on in this one, which is a plus. But there are some different strategies that we can go about when building lineups here that we'll talk about, and then we'll kind of show you how in a little bit here at the end. Let's start with, we're looking at DraftKings here first. Let's start with sort of the high end ownership plays. So if we sort by ownership here, we can see low ownership. We can see in the captain spot that Drake May is going to be your guy, 22%, 60% for Lamar or Derrick Henry, 11 for Lamar, Zay Flowers 10, and then you're getting into some of your leverage plays like a Hunter Henry. Travion Henderson only 5%. I kind of want to triple that one up. All right. Stephon Diggs, Andy Borregales, and the kickers both under 2%. And I think that kicker might be a way that we can attack this week. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Drake May, right? Like I said, MVP, no Joe. If he wins here, it's his in the AFC, I think. The rushing upside has really helped him put up some solid scores of late. And then we have the, just throwing it, right? Like, he's been great throwing it. Competitive game. He's not priced out for a QB. He's under 11,000 on the regular salary. 16.2 here in the captain. Very, very reasonable price. This secondary has been mediocre. I love May here. I get if you want to fade the ownership, totally understandable. For me, I'm going to probably be around 40 to 50% on May. I just think that he is an elite captain spot. We'll talk about him on the MVP too. Great play there. But yeah, Derrick Henry's been running it really well, but he's just not, he doesn't have the ceiling that he's had in years past, where he gets the multiple touchdown games. Obviously, that's still a potential here. The Pats have been very, very good against the run. I don't love it at 16% ownership. I'm probably going to be underneath. If he can catch a few passes, it gives him a little bit better before, but he just has not been as involved in the passing game as he could be. Obviously not the world's best pass catcher, but they also have Ali and Keaton Mitchell sitting there that can catch passes out of the backfield that are a little bit of a change of pace. I think both are better plays than Henry this week, just based on price and salary, or price and ownership. So I really like those guys. Lamar, 19.66 projection, only 0.03 more than Drake May. He's winning games, but he's not necessarily putting up huge fantasy scores. The lack of rushing has limited his upside. Fine. 12% is probably low. I don't mind going to, like, if you wanted to go Drake May 40, Lamar Jackson 20, and be over on both, or about 2x on both. I don't hate that strategy if you're MME. In single entry, 3 max, I'm probably not getting to Lamar. One guy that I do have some interest in, though, is Zay Flowers. 16 targets last 2 weeks, had a TD last week. The matchup is a little bit tougher, but I think he pays off this price tag. I love what your lineups look like with Zay Flowers in them. So Hunter Henry, like, you're just basically hoping for a 2 TD game here, but Travion Henderson, 148 yards, 2 TDs last week against the Bills, who are trash run defense. But you know what? The Ravens aren't that good either. He's an elite captain MVP play in a great matchup. Like, I don't think we overthink this at all. I think the ownership is far too low. Like, if you came to me and said, like, in the Discord and said, you know what, I'm building 150 lineups, I want to play Travion Henderson at 50%, I'd say, go for it, dude. I love it. You obviously have Ramondre Stevenson sitting there, and they weirdly hate Travion Henderson, but I just think that he has been too good that he is going to smash again here. Stephon Diggs fell into the revenge narrative last week. Did not get anything going against the Bills, but man, he does have some upside. He's had a couple of 11. He's had an 11 and a 12 target game. So, like, we know that May can pump him the ball at times. It's low end, but at 2% owned in the captain, I am all over that. Andy Borregales, Tyler Loop, right? So this is sort of my strategy here with these kickers. All right. I don't hate a kicker captain. I think both these defenses are good enough to stop the other, right? I think that we could get some stall drives, right? And if you play like a Tyler Loop or an Andy Borregales in your captain slot or MVP, the rest of your lineup can look real good just because of the price. You get massive leverage. I don't hate this at all. You need probably 4 field goals and probably one over 50, just depending on sort of like here's the deal. You can afford those studs, right? But if those studs come out, like if Travion Henderson has a 148 and 2 game again, then the kicker's got no chance, right? But in the right game script, this game goes under. We get some field goals. It's like 24-21, right? That sort of scenario, I think, really lends itself to a kicker lineup. So I think they're viable there. If we look at some of these other guys, Mark Andrews obviously has, the 2 touchdown upside, but he just like the volume isn't what we need it to be here. Could come out and smash. I don't love it. Mac Hollins, though, is interesting. Doesn't wear shoes, had 8 targets last week. Guy's a freak, right? He's only caught 2 TDs this year, but I think that at 4,800, he's a really strong value as well. Okay. I get the Travion Henderson price tag is a little high. Maybe that's what's keeping it low. Oh, I sorted by ownership, right? I want to sort by salary. Other way. There we go. Who are we missing here? Keyshawn Booty, right? Definitely touchdown guy. Seen a bigger share of snaps. Been more involved in the offense. He did bust last week, and that's going to keep his ownership down, but the guy can absolutely play here. Mark Andrews, we talked about. Ramondre Stevenson, they continue to give the ball. He's a better DraftKings play than FanDuel just because of the pass catching upside. What's his ownership compared? Like, the ownership is far too close to Travion Henderson, in my opinion. I really have not a lot of interest there. We talked about Mac Hollins. We talked about the kickers. Isaiah Likely, big fat 0 last week. I do think he bounces back. I thought this ownership number would be a little bit lower, but we'll eat it here. Rashad Bateman coming off an ankle injury, definitely was not quite the guy last week, or has not really been the guy so far this season. But the price just makes me go, man, he's a starting wide receiver with Lamar Jackson. Like, you got to have some exposure here. Ravens and Pats D are both viable. The Pats at only 11.82% owned. Like, we know Lamar can turn the ball over here. I get that it's at home. I am going to be over on the Patriots. Mario Douglas, speedster, can get some targets. We talked about Keaton Mitchell. Really like him. The 15% ownership is a little high, but I really like Keaton Mitchell. I don't like Ali as much, but Mitchell I will definitely have probably double that in ownership. DeAndre Hopkins is name only now, basically. Hooper could be a guy that, at 1% own kind of goes off, right? He's on the field a ton. Kyle Williams, same sort of thing. Charlie Kohler, definitely. He has 2 touchdowns on the year, guys. Don't sleep on a Charlie Kohler here. Jack Westover, LeJontay Westerly. Turds. If they show up in your run, depends on how many lineups you're playing, right? Like in a 20 max, I'm not playing any of these guys, right? Unless it's like the big $3 20 max that has like 300,000 people in it, then I maybe let them stay, right? So let's build on DraftKings here, and then we'll talk about FanDuel. Switch it up a little bit this week. So let's talk about, obviously we love Drake May in the captain, right? What do our lineups look like with Drake May? Okay. Keyshawn Booty. Who else do we like down here? Let's say we get Keaton Mitchell and gives us some salary savings. Could go Kyle Williams. I like Mac Hollins. Can we get up to we can probably afford a Lamar here, right? Yeah, I mean, this is not a bad looking lineup, right? Lamar with Mark Andrews. Pretty good looking lineup. Okay, but let's see what it looks like if we go a Tyler Loop in the captain. All right, Tyler Loop in the captain. Now we can pretty much afford everybody. Drake May, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Travion Henderson. And a dud down here, like a Kyle Williams catches a touchdown pass. Charlie Kohler, who we just talked about. I mean, that sort of lineup is pretty sexy. I like that. That looks good. That's a GPP winner there if things go your way. So, we're on Monday here. What are we doing? I ain't got Monday up yet. Let's go to FanDuel. All right, FanDuel. Our pool is going to be much smaller. All right. Oh, I can like cameras in my eyes. That look weird. Your MVP pool is going to be much smaller. For me, it's really Derrick Henry, Drake May, Lamar Jackson, Travion Henderson. Right. Done and done and done. Why is Travion Henderson's ownership coming up so low? I don't understand. I get that let me see. Let me see. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, this feels like a great leverage spot, right? The projection's not quite there, but man, it feels like a really strong leverage spot. So I will concentrate on here. Again, you wanted to come to me in the Discord and say, up north, I want to play Drake May for 100%. Awesome. I want to play Lamar Jackson for 100% amount. Do it. I don't mind that at all. All right. Any price differentials here that we really need to talk about? Again, Travion Henderson, far too low owned. Zay Flowers is a good play. Don't sleep on him. Let's see if there's any like ownership. Kayshon Boutte at under 10%. I am a fan of. I get there was a 0. The Pats at 10%. Borregales and Loop are getting a lot of love. That seems to be the case on FanDuel this year, is that we definitely want to get at least one kicker in our lineups. Hopkins, dud. Keaton Mitchell at 23%, right? That's telling us that, hey, he has been getting the ball. We need to have some exposure. The Hooper's a little more loved over here, too. I like that. Charlie Kohler. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly similar. Over here, it's like I said, it's pretty much Drake May or bust for me on this site. I don't mind a double. What do I have here? 72.5 left. I don't mind the double duty here. Let's go. Let's say Keaton Mitchell. Keep bringing him up, but you know what? I don't mind it. You know what? Let's go Zay Flowers and see if we can get Mac Hollins in there. What do I have left? 69. Yeah, and we go kicker. Let's go Tyler Loop. Maybe Borregales. Can Borregales get there? Yeah, if Drake May has a game where he runs it a couple of times, right? Like that's a good looking lineup, right? Good looking lineup. So that is what I got for you guys this week. We'll get an actives. I don't really expect any surprises here. It should be pretty similar to what we've talked about. So the sort of the key takeaways is don't sleep on Keaton Mitchell, right? Drake May is the MVP. Any of the wide receivers are viable for the Pats. Zay Flowers is probably your number one target for Lamar. Defense is good. Kicker captains. There you go. 10 seconds. I gave it to you. All right. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day.